What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm giving you guys an update video of Gandeeva and Celeron today for this week's videos. Due to set 6, we've actually got more support for the mask version for the two masks. In this video, we're going to be doing Gandeeva Masque. And listen, it has been quite a while since I did an update video for Celeron and Gandeeva both, respectively. So I kind of figured it's now time, now that things are starting to fall into place a bit more, I am able to get the cards that I'm happy to get, and I'm also happy to do deck profile content again. So I hope this will ease some pain that I know that I've been kind of slowing down on content as of late, and I don't mean to be. Real life has got to me a bit more. Hopefully this will make up for it. So in this video, we're going to be doing Gandeeva Masque, like I said, and as far as I'm concerned, there is no actual anime owner in the anime series of Vanguard, as far as I'm concerned, except Makoto Saito, Makoto Saito, or, no, I think it's Makoto Soto, Miton. But she plays it on V-Days, to be very fair, so in real life, she doesn't play Dragon Empire, she plays Lyrical Monasterio. So in this current anime process, there is no actual owner of the Gandeeva Masques so far yet. So that's the information I'm going to be saying, and now let's hop into the video. Starting with the right deck, we have the energy counter, which I'm starting to use more frequently, because even though you need the energy generator for Bushiroad's events and whatnot, for local events, I think it's okay to use the energy counters, especially if you don't have the energy generators currently. Sorry guys, got a little answer to the phone text. That's kind of rude of me, unprofessional. And so other than that, moving on to grade 0, of course we're using the Gandeeva right line, which is Buckish for grade 0. We have Aguired for our grade 1. Grade 2 we have Dipaanel. I think it's Dipaanel right there, but his name will be in the box down below, so maybe you guys can help me out with that. And of course we have the main Gandeeva for our grade 3 lineup, because we can't use the grade 0 for, or not the grade 0, the mask unit for the grade 3 main one, otherwise that'd be super cool. So right now we just have to go with a normal procedure. Now as far as I'm concerned, masks deck, especially these ones, they don't really need too many Mask of Hydrogrums as far as I'm concerned. The only one that does need it the most is Gruzio, but we're not doing her at the moment, so. Also, I'm using the red sleeves for Dragon Empire, as everyone knows that. Now, I was having a big debate on the main deck because I wanted blazing blue blazing sleeves for this, but I think red's gonna have to do like normal. That's pretty much standard for Dragon Empire decks at the moment. So for our main deck, of course, I stick with the 4 heals, Reony's. 8 criticals total, but 4 copies of Blazeborn Monk, Sougyou. I don't know how to spell that name or sound that name, so I don't mean to butcher it. And then we have 4 Burning Flail Dragons. Now, you really don't have to need Burning Flail if you don't want to use him, but he's in here for a better option because I think some of these cards do use Soul Blast effects, so I'm just there for a Soul Blast right there. But most of the time, he is pretty good for guarding as well. Now, we're using a new front trigger that I did say I was going to try, but let's go ahead and try this here. We're using 3 copies of Stealth Fiend, Futakuchiyo. Someone who has Japanese speaking language, please help me. I don't mean to butcher this, but I'm so sorry. But anyways, this new one from this new front trigger is from the Set 6 collection. A very expensive one for the most part in the beginning, but not anymore, I heard. So what she does is when this unit is retired from the Guardian Circle, you may put this card into Soul. And since some cards do use Soul effects, it's glad to know that we're using something completely different outside my normal 20k shield value with Parama. You know, I know people like to, you know, may say that you may need to change Parama once in a while to change something new and different, so I'm like, I'm doing it. And I played these new versions of the front triggers with my Odium deck, and I gotta say, I love the idea of it. So why not incorporate the new front triggers to these decks of mine and see how they work for everybody? Everybody's different, and that's okay. With our main overtrigger, of course, is Dragveda, which everyone now grossly fucking hates. Which I don't blame them, because I got hit with Dragveda before, and I didn't appreciate, you know, having to restand even though I can't guard for shit. So, but you know what, that's just me being a salty little moody little bitch, so that's okay. And of course, we're using red. I mean, I should have used the blue sleeves, because I think blue is inverted color to red, or red is inverted color to blue. So, I should have done that, but it's okay. You know, I didn't think of it at the time. So that is the grade 0 lineup. Now, for grade 1s, it's a very short grade 1 version. So, here I'm going to give it to you. We're using some of the new cards from the Set 5 and Set 6 collection, with only the Sentinels being their normal selves. So the first one we have is from the Set 6 or Set 5 collection. We actually, we have Dragritter, Ghaanim. I hope I'm saying this phrase sound okay, or if I'm sound pretty stupid. With this, so his effect is, when his unit is placed on rear guard, if your Vanguard is with Scarlet Flame in its card name, Soul Blast one of the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to one grade 3 card without Regulus piece from among them, reveal it and put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck. If you revealed a card, choose a card from your hand and bind it face down. Okay? We're doing the whole head down, ass up, pretty much thing. Okay? And it's a back row effect, so here's a 1 turn thing. When your other unit is placed on rear guard during your battle phase, or your unit in the same column as this unit stand during your battle phase, if you have a Vanguard with Scarlet Flame in its card name, you may stand this unit. If you stand it, at the end of that turn, put this unit into Soul. So again, it does rely on Soul ability, obviously now. So we're playing 4 of him. And of course, we have another card that goes with the Mask of Hydrogram series. This is the new Dragontree Offshoot, Drambled. Now, we have Dragontree Wretches, but this is Dragontree Offshoot. So I think it might be the other species evolutions than Hydrogram units. What he does, this is from Set 6, when his unit is placed on rear guard other than during the battle, if you have a grade 3 grade Vanguard with Gandeeva or Gryphagila in its card name, Soul Blast 1 of the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with Scarlet Flame in its card name, or up to 1 Mask of Hydrogram from among them, discard it, and shuffle the deck. Choose one of your opponent's rear cards and retire it. You guys can argue with me all you want that this card is very terrible and it's not meant to be in this deck, because you guys have more of a competitive fire burn kind of deck. To me, this is amazing, and I'd rather go all out with all support for Gandeeva or any other archetype, and combine with it with Mask of Hydrogram. And believe it or not, you guys, there might be a time where I might have to play, or finally reach out and say, you know what, it's time to build either Gryphagila or Sephragila. It's time, we'll figure out how to do with that, because there's not been more support for all those nations except for Lyrical Monster, because Lyrical did not get hit with the Mask of Hydrogram infection. But that's just me ranting. And then for the last grade 1s, we have 3 Sparkle Rejector Dragon. This is a perfect card of choice. And of course, 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. Now, someone can argue and say that Elementaria Sanctitude is not for everybody. If you're more comfortable playing a full playset of perfect guards, that is completely fine as well. I even was thinking about doing the same thing too. But this is more of a competitive, like a somewhat competitive, or middle level style for when it comes to competitive, non-competitive kind of format. It's also just for fun. If you just don't give a shit, if you don't want to lose sometimes, you just want to play for funsies and get better at your craft, your Vanguard craft. and that's totally fine. So Elementaria Sanctitude is for those decks that have like triple drive abilities like Magnolia Patriarch, Leo Odium, Boss Sagra, Akshaya, whatever her fucking name is. I gotta know her name pretty soon. So yeah, every deck now has a triple drive ability, gang ability. So it's always nice to have an Elementaria Sanctitude in your deck just in case of emergencies. And that's my grade 1 lineup. Now, for grade 2, if I'll be honest, there is this new Dragontree Wretch that came from set 6. This is called Torikei Qimrud. Qimrud, I think. Because the Q is usually very silent in some language. Amrud, I think. Qimrud, I think. Or something like that. But it's Dragontree Wretch, Torikei, Qimrud. Qimrud, yes. Now, what this little guy does is, when this unit is placed on rearguard, Energy Blast 3, search your deck for up to 1 Mask of Hydrogrim, reveal it and put it to your hand, and shuffle the deck. Okay? So, in some cases, you might want to play maybe 3 Mask of Hydrogrim, just in case this might actually happen. Or if we want to recopy Amina Gruzio's skill about rewriting the original Mask, or original Amina Gruzio, and then Persona right on top of the Amina Gruzio Mask, if you want to repeat that concept. But, I don't know, many of us probably want to do that. His active skill, active skill is Cannibalize 1 and put this in the bind zone, and bind this unit. Choose one of your rear guards without any Dragontree markers, and put a Dragontree marker on it. Okay? So I think you might need up to 10 Dragontree markers if that's the case, but this is only meant for 5. Meant 5, 3, whatever you want to go your pickle with. Look at the top 7 cards in your deck, choose up to 1 card with Masque or Griffogila and its card name from among them, reveal it and put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck. When you would look at the top of the deck by this ability, if your binding zone has 1 or less cards with the same card name as this unit, look at all the deck instead of the top 7 cards. So, this also will help you with your searching your deck abilities, like a better chance of getting triggers as well. It's always nice to shuffle your decks and not try to stack them. I don't condone stacking, but shuffle your deck enough if you hope to get a trigger. Like I said, I don't condone cheating in Vanguard. I'm against it. 100% I am. And shuffling your deck without looking or stacking your deck would be nice. If some Vanguard players can learn that. Hopefully. So we're going back to an old classic from the set 10 collection. This is Dragritter Afakar. We all know what he does. He's our little multi-attacker, little friend. He's one of our best friends in this deck. We also have now, so those are the main normal units. Now on to Blitz orders. Now, people can argue that this card may not be necessary for all decks, but I think it's better for all decks. I still love my Protection Twin Cast. You guys know that. This card's amazing in the graveyard, and that's all you probably need it for. You know, I mainly use it for the graveyard. Now, here's also another card people tell me this is amazing to have, is 2 copies of Defensing Roar. A very good Blitz order effect, so that's give or take kind of thing, and I do love how it's defensive and it does add the non-sentinel unit that you're guarding with additional 10k power and put it back in your hand. So I think it's kind of nice that they're actually incorporating this, and I don't know why I don't always use this card. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of too sass to class. I don't know. Okay, and then finally for grade 3, we are now using the 4 copies of Scarlet, Flame, Ash Dragon, Gandeeva Masques. This card's also been written by, so it does have all the effects of all the Masque units. This card can only be written from a grade 3 card with Gandeeva in its card name. Okay, that's very standard for all of them. When your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn, choose a card from your drop and you may bind it face down. Okay, that's very standard. Now here is another ability. During your turn, all your front row gets 2,000 power for each face down card in your bind zone. Okay, that's pretty standard. It does have look like the same ability as Gandeeva with a little bit more effect. So I think the first active skill is 1 turn only. Remove a card from Gandeeva with Gandeeva in its different card name from the soul, hand, or drop. Choose one of your original active abilities from the card removed from this cost activated without paying its cost. And this unit gets +1 critical until end of turn. So active skill. Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. If you do not retire a card, you may draw a card. Okay, so that is 4 copies of this bad boy here. And of course, we are using 3 more copies of the original red Gandeeva for Persona Ride, or also just for the fuel to the Gandeeva Masque. Next, we also have from the set 12 collection, we have Scarlet Flame War General Bravodine. So we have 2 of him. I thought people tell me it's a good idea to put 2 of him. Maybe bump up to 3 if you really like to go further in the game, but 2's okay for me to get started. And of course, we go back to the old classic 2 copies of the Mask of Hydrogram. And to me, this is all you pretty much needed. Like for all decks, other than the decks that rely on, besides Eminent Grozio, who can use a shit ton, or Griffagila, this card here is meant for other units that are just 2-ofs. Pretty much. But that is it for the updated deck profile video for Scarlet Flame Ash Dragon Gandeeva Masque. I hope you guys did enjoy this very much so, and this little humor I'm bringing to you guys right now. And if you guys have any content, or not any content, if you have any questions or comments whatsoever, leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this deck. And as always, there'll be a full list in the box down below. Thanks again so much for watching, and if you guys like the content I do create my channel, please subscribe, show some love for this channel, thumbs up for this, comment down below, and send me you guys a deck list version of what this deck, what you guys are working with. And yeah, just have fun with it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. And as also always, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.